Are you looking for luxurious pearl jewelry that is fit for royalty? Check out the 10 most expensive pearls in the world. Find out what makes them worth millions. Who doesn't love pearls? If diamonds are considered a girl's best friend, the pearls are a girl's rescue buddy. When push comes to a shove, just put on your pearls and you immediately become fashion ready. Historically, pearls have been viewed as a symbol of prestige, wealth, and power. Cleopatra once showed Marc Anthony the extremity of her wealth by melting a pearl in vinegar and then drinking it. Some wealthy people invest their hard-earned money in lovely jewelry, but did you know that some even spend a ton of money on pearls? Here are 10 of the most expensive pearls in the world. Let's find out what makes them so pricey and million bucks worthy. When Pierre Cartier was just getting started as a jeweler in New York City, one of his first major pieces for sale was a $1 million pearl necklace. Like other Cartier jewelry of the time, the pearl necklace was created by Pierre's brothers in Paris before going up for sale in New York City. Interestingly, the Cartier pearls never really sold. They were traded. When the wealthy Mr. and Mrs. Plant passed the Cartier storefront in the late 1910s, Mrs. Plant fell in love with the pearls. But Mr. Plant didn't have $1 million in cash, so instead of buying the pearls, Mr. Plant offered to trade his mansion for the expensive set of 128 pearls. The Plants had already begun construction of a bigger home near Fifth Avenue, so the deal was made. According to the official report for the transaction between Mr. Cartier and Mr. Plant, ownership of the Plant's mansion was transferred for $100 and other valuable considerations. Those other valuable considerations were the Cartier pearls. Nearly all natural pearls, pearls formed without any human intervention, are white, cream-colored, or gray. Finding one that's any other hue is rare, but it's not impossible. After all, the Baroque Big Pink Pearl, discovered in 1990, is a natural pearl with a pink tone. Technically considered an abalone pearl, this unique find is valuable due to its uncommon coloration. But its comparatively large size also contributes to its high price tag. The average pearl weighs 3 carats, but the Big Pink Pearl weighs 470 carats. Valued at $4.7 million in 1991, the Big Pink Pearl would be worth an astounding $9.9 million today. However, the diver who found this pearl, Wesley Rankin, has refused to sell it. So if you have your heart set on purchasing this pearl, you might need to do some persuading. This impressive single-strand natural pearl necklace is famous for being part of the Duchess of Windsor's jewelry collection. However, its legacy stretches back to the Imperial Russian era. The Dowager Empress Maria Feodorovna of Russia sold the necklace to King George V in 1929, who gifted the natural pearl necklace to his wife, Queen Mary of England. From Queen Mary, the necklace went to the heir to the British throne, Edward the Duke of Windsor, who subsequently gave the fabulous pearl necklace to his fiancée Bessie Wallace Simpson upon his marriage to her in 1937. Designed and created by Cartier of Paris at the behest of Queen Mary, the spectacular single-strand natural pearl necklace features 28 creamy white natural pearls, possibly of Australian origin, making them natural South Sea pearls. Upon the Duchess of Windsor's death in 1986, her entire collection of fine jewels acquired after a long, loving marriage was bequeathed to the French Research Institute, with instructions to liquidate the entire collection via auction, with the proceeds going to medical research and charity. The last sale of the Duchess of Windsor's famous necklace was in 2007, when it was purchased by Calvin Klein as a gift for his wife. The legendary Cowdray black pearl necklace is a natural pearl consisting of stunningly beautiful natural pearls shining with multi-hued aubergine, green, peacock, silver, and mink overtones laid over a light dove to medium dark charcoal grey body colours. These pearls were originally owned by Viscountess Cowdray, also known as Annie Pearson. Annie was an English society hostess, philanthropist, and suffragist. Annie also served as president of the Women's Liberal Federation in the early 1920s. In October 2015, a pearl necklace owned by Annie was sold by Sotheby's for more than $5.3 million. Interestingly, the very same set of pearls was sold for $2 million less at an auction held by Christie's just 3 years earlier. These pearls sold for more than $7 million at an auction held by Christie's in 2007. The set of 68 natural pearls was made into a necklace by Cartier, likely sometime after Jacques Cartier's first trip to India in 1911. This extraordinary two-strand natural pearl necklace is strung with 68 of the largest pearls from the famed seven-strand natural pearl necklace that formed the cornerstone of the royal treasury of the Maharaja of Baroda. This exceedingly rare and historically important necklace presents an unrivaled opportunity for collectors through its combination of royal provenance, unrivaled quality, and exceptional rarity. According to Christie's, the Baroda pearls are a legendary and coveted treasure. On April 9, 2010, a record-breaking $8.7 million was paid for an 18th-century Chinese Imperial ceremonial court pearl necklace at a Sotheby's auction in Hong Kong. It once belonged to the fourth Manchu Emperor Yongzheng, who ruled China from 1678 to 1735. The court portrait shows the emperor wearing the necklace. The portrait thus provides authenticated historical ownership, provenance, which probably explains the large sum paid for it. The necklace construction is very different from what we are used to. There are 3 additional long turquoise bead dangles coming from the shoulder down to the front. Another long dangle featuring a large chartreuse quartz cabochon goes to the back. This focal is surrounded by smaller spinel and sapphire cabochons. No list would be complete without mentioning La Peregrina, also known as the Pilgrim or the Wanderer. This large, gorgeous natural pearl got its name due to its 500-year journey through history and royal collections. Originally found in the Gulf of Panama by an African slave, La Peregrina was brought back to Spain and presented to King Philip II, who gifted it to his bride-to-be, Mary I of England. Upon her death, La Peregrina returned to the crown jewels of Spain and remained there for 250 years. By 1808, Joseph Bonaparte, Napoleon's older brother, became King of Spain. He was forced to abdicate his throne in 1811, and La Peregrina was among the treasures that he took with him in his flight. The pearl was willed to Napoleon III after his death, and La Peregrina eventually was sold to the Duke of Abercorn in England. It stayed within the family's collection for nearly a century before finally being purchased at auction by actor Richard Burton in 1969 for $37,000. Burton famously gifted La Peregrina to his wife, Elizabeth Taylor, a known jewelry and pearl connoisseur. Taylor treasured her Valentine's Day gift and wore it often in many configurations over the decades, until she had the jeweler Cartier create a show-stopping necklace of pearls, rubies, and diamonds to showcase the gem. Taylor could be seen wearing La Peregrina until her death, and the pearl was sent to Christie's auction house in 2011 and was sold for $11.8 million. Marie Antoinette's opulent lifestyle came to a violent end when she was publicly executed by guillotine in 1793. However, many of her most decadent belongings survived, including her remarkable pearl pendant. This drop pearl is accentuated by glittering diamonds, affixed to metal to form a shape of a delicate bow. Initially valued at $2 million, this pendant sold for $36 million at a Sotheby's auction in 2018. Why it's expensive? There are quite a few reasons why Marie Antoinette's pearl pendant is so costly. Firstly, it's a sizable drop pearl that's far larger than the standard round pearl. Secondly, this pearl is attached to a pendant that's studded with multiple sizes of diamonds. These precious stones add thousands of dollars to the value of this pearl piece. Lastly, this pendant once belonged to Marie Antoinette, the last queen of France before the French Revolution of the late 1700s. As such, it's a historically significant pearl that cannot be reproduced or replaced. The fisherman's pearl is the most expensive natural pearl in the world. This huge pearl was discovered by a fisherman in the Philippines. After his anchor got stuck on something, the unidentified fisherman dove underwater to free his boat. On the way down, he noticed the anchor was lodged on a shell. Once he freed the anchor, he brought the shell back up with him and discovered the most expensive pearl on the planet. Amazingly, the fisherman didn't know the value of the pearl and kept it under his bed for a decade as a good luck charm. The fisherman eventually brought the massive pearl to his local tourism office, where its true value was revealed. As such a big pearl, this incredible find probably won't be cut down to create jewelry, partially because cutting down pearls diminishes their luster. Instead, the fisherman's pearl will remain in the Philippines as a tourist attraction. The beauty of ocean pearl isn't a natural pearl. Instead, it's a vast piece of fluorite shaved into a perfect sphere, resembling a jade green pearl. Still, it's technically the largest artificial pearl in the world. It's also uniquely reactive to light. Because this jewel is made of solid fluorite, it glows a bright green when placed beneath a black light. This human-made pearl comes from Inner Mongolia, but its last known location is Hainan, China. Valued at £88 million in 2010, the beauty of ocean pearl would now be worth $138.7 million. Why it's expensive? Without a doubt, size is the primary reason this artificial pearl is so expensive. This fluorite jewel weighs about 6 tons and measures 5 feet tall, more than 1.6 million times larger than the average natural pearl.